everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my first ever YouTube video, but the idea of talking to a camera is weird. So before jumping to the main part of this video, a quick background about me. My name is Meghna and I did my Bachelor's of Science in Psychology from Calcutta University, and now I am doing my Master's in Work and Organizational Psychology from the University of Nottingham. So here is the list of things I'll be covering in this video, and I will also add the time frame of each part. So if you want to skip any part, you can just do it. Now the first thing will come into your mind is application, right? But this is not the first step. There are two big intakes. One is January intake and the second is September intakes. A lot of university provides June intakes also, but it totally depends on which course you are selecting and the university you are going to. But before applying to the universities, you need to get ready several things. So the first thing you need to do is choosing your course and shortlisting your universities. I was very clear about what course I will be choosing, so I didn't take any time to choose the course and I started looking for universities in March 2023. I just randomly searched in Google MSc Organizational or Industrial Psychology, Masters in UK, and I saw a lot of university there. I wrote down each and every university in a notebook, and then I went to the QS ranking website. I checked each and every university's ranking, and based on the ranking I shortlisted total 11 universities. And then I read the criteria section of each and every university to be sure if I am meeting the criteria or not. And there was two university of which I didn't meet the criteria because they needed some GBP or something, but I didn't have that because I did my bachelor's from an Indian university, so they don't have any GBP or something like that. So it is very important to check the criteria. So the next step is prepare your application material. You need one CV or resume, one statement of purpose, 2 letter of recommendation, the proof of English proficiency or the IELTS exam result, and if you have completed your previous degree, then the transcript of the completion of your previous degree. For me, I didn't provide any transcript by then because I was still doing my bachelor's, but if you provide them the transcript, then it will be easy for you to get the unconditional letter or the CAS. So from April I started to collect all the materials. I first wrote the statement of purpose in April. It was a challenge. It will take time, so start early. After statement of purpose, I prepared my CV. While preparing my CV, I realized that my CV need to be very strong, and only bachelor's degree result doesn't make your CV strong. So I did a couple of internships in my undergraduate and it made my CV much more stronger. So if you want to make your CV and the statement of purpose very strong, you need to plan very early. You need to look for internships and any other work experience, or maybe you want to do some courses. You need to start early. I will make a separate video about how did I make my CV strong and the statement of purpose stronger and attractive. So by the end of the April, I was done with my CV and I was done with the statement of purpose for each and every university. The May month was my exam period, so I didn't do anything. In June, I started collecting my letter of recommendation. So there are basically two types of letter of recommendation. One is what you got from your professors if you are a student, and one is what you got from your boss if you are a working professional. So as I was a student, I needed 2 academic letter of recommendations which I got from my head of the department and another another professor of our college. I would suggest you to start this process early because the professors are busy, I get that, and they will not give you the letter of recommendation in just one day. You have to keep pushing them, it's your need. In my case, it took me 1 month to get 2 of this letter of recommendation, so you need to go there and approach early. One thing I would suggest is be in the good books of your professors always, because ultimately they are in the power and you never know when you need them. So I got my letter of recommendations in July and I was done with collecting all my materials by the end of the July. So now all I need to do is wait for September. I would suggest you to apply as early as possible, like the deadline is till April, but I would suggest you to apply in September because most of the university has rolling admission system, which is if you apply early, you will get in early. So before applying into the university, I would suggest you to create an official mail only dedicated to the application process. I applied through my agent to all of the universities. Even though I applied through my agent, if you want to apply on your own, you need to go to the university website, click on your course and then go to the apply now section and then create your profile with the email ID and then fill in your details and you are good to go. There is another website called UCAS website. You can go there and create your account and then you can apply to the multiple universities. After applying to the universities, all you need to do is wait. You will get answers from most of the university within a month, but there are some universities which take longer time. I remember I applied to Manchester University and LSE very first, but I got reply from them in February. Yes, it can take that much time. Now, after getting a conditional offer letter, there is some university where you have to give an interview, but there is certain university where you don't have to give any interview. You just have to meet the condition and you are good to go. So after clearing the interview, if you are a pass out, you will get a unconditional letter or CAS. But if you are still in your undergraduate studies, then you will get a mail. So you just need to complete your degree with that requirement and you will get a CAS. So after clearing the interview and getting the conditional letter, track down all the scholarship opportunities of each and every university from which you got an offer and keep tracking all the process, deadline and the requirement of each and every scholarship. In most of the universities, there are multiple scholarship opportunities. For example, in Nottingham, I prepared for 3 scholarships and I secured one of them. So after giving the interview or the examination for the scholarship, you won't get the result instantly. You will need to wait a couple of months.
After getting the email regarding your scholarship status, whether you got the scholarship or you didn't get the scholarship, the next step is paying the initial deposit to get a CAS from the university you finally wanna go. You can also pay the deposit after getting the final semester result, but if your result will be coming out late, it's better to pay early so that you get enough time for visa application. And the next,
what you can do is to look for accommodation. Now I started looking for accommodation in April. There are 2 options for accommodation. One is on campus and the other is off campus. Now I chose an off campus accommodation because it was much more cheaper and it was close to my university. After choosing the accommodation, what you need to do is manage your funding. So before applying for the visa, you need to secure all your budget in a bank account for 28 days. Without keeping your funding in your bank account for 28 days, you cannot apply for visa.
Before applying for visa, you need a TB test result, and you cannot do the TB test just anywhere. You have to go to those clinics which is mentioned in UKVI website. So mine was in Kolkata. I searched for the clinics and I went to the website, and then I chose my country and category of my visa, and then I took a slot. So then I went there and I got my result.